Last video I made a creeper farm, but today I have a very good iron golem farm we're gonna be building. It's not the best spawner on the server, but it is one of the best. So of course we need to go ahead, go into Island Mastery, go into the mob section, and as you can see, we're currently on creepers. We have to kill 7,000 to get up to Enderman, and then I think it's like 8 or 9,000, and then it keeps going up until we hit iron golems from blazes. So the plan is we're gonna hit iron golems, and all the mobs after iron golems are actually really good, and the reason for that is because you don't need to kill mobs to get up to the next mob tier. You just have to AFK them. But I want to pre-build the farm before we actually go ahead and grind out getting iron golem spawners. So what we're going to do is pre-build the farm. We're going to get a decent bit of grass, and we're going to go ahead, grab our shovel out, and we're going to build to the corner of this chunk. We need a 6x6 over in this chunk, so we'll go ahead and make a 6x6, delete this path that we built over here. But there we go, we got a 6x6, and now we're going to go ahead and build one in another corner over here. So we go out another 6x6. Now we'll fill it all in, and then we do this again. We go out another chunk and do a 6x6, and then we do it one more time over this way. So now what I need to do is fill this all in. So all these need to be filled in, so I'm gonna quickly do that. I just need to go ahead and grab out a ton of grass from the shop. So let's go ahead, buy a decent bit of grass, and now I just gotta place this all in, and then we'll get building the auto sell chest area, and we'll get rid of the creeper farm as well because we won't be needing that. Farms on the server are very easy to build. It just takes a lot of thinking and realizing what's good and what's not, or else your farm could be really bad and not make a lot of money. This farm works with every single mob spawner, but I only recommend using it for iron golem and above just because that's the purpose of it for AFK farms. The other ones you kind of just kill manually and never use them again. And we're gonna go in depth on each detail about the farm and why this farm is so good and why you should build it. I'm not just gonna build it and then say, here's a farm, use it. I actually want to give you the details on why things about it are certainly good. Okay, so it's all filled in. Now what we need to do is go ahead and grab our auto sell chest here. So we need our axe, and we're gonna go ahead and break all this because this does not need to be here anymore, and we're gonna get rid of the good old creeper spawners. They don't need to be here as well. So we're gonna take out all our scrolls. We'll put them away in PV1 for now. We need, I believe, 9 legendary chunk hoppers, so we'll see if there's any on age search, and we'll put legendary, and it seems there was only 2, but I'll go ahead and buy them. They're not that pricey, and that gives us a total of 8 legendary chunk hoppers. But I do have some keys we could probably just open, so I think I'll do that, and we'll probably get one at some point. There we go, we got one. Great keys coming in clutch. So what we're gonna do with this farm is go ahead, place 2 blocks here, and we need the chunk hoppers. Place 2 down, and then we're gonna break these, so then we can go ahead and place down a auto sell chest and a regular chest. And this method is basically you put it in between 2 different chunks, so then you can use 1 auto sell chest per chunk, but have 2 chunk hoppers feeding into the same thing because you have a double chest, what makes it work way better and sell way more items. So now I just go around in every single chunk, and we're gonna do the same thing. Chunk hoppers, then the sell chest, and then a regular chest. Make sure the dirt's out of there, and we make sure it's turned for different chunks because it can only be 2 different chunks. It can't be the same ones. So go ahead, place these down, and then I need my auto sell chests that I have in my PV here. We have enough for this whole farm. You need 5 in total. It doesn't matter what kind, but the best kind would be preferred. What is mythical? Either mythical or legendary is your best friend for this farm. So you place down the mythical, place down that, there we go. And then I'll explain what we do with the middle one. It's pretty simple. Place down this, 2 chunk hoppers, break the dirt, put this down and that down, there we go. So the only problem is you have to use 1 chunk hopper for the center. What is kind of annoying, but I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. So right here is where we're gonna put the chest. So we're gonna put our chunk hopper down, break this block, put the mythical down, and then we'll put a regular chest so it just has more storage. So a chunk has 4 blocks as the center. So we're gonna have one of the corners be our designated corner, and it's gonna be this one. And this is where the alt will stand somewhat. I'll explain why I mean somewhat. So the height I recommend is just going up 48 blocks from the platform itself. What this is pretty much 48 blocks. So from there to here is, I believe, 59 that I did. So that's good enough, but you want at least 48. The faster the mobs will drop down is the better way to go about it because it will spawn more mobs quicker right after they die if they're falling and going into different areas, like different chunks below. So you just want to have them falling and not land on the platform. The platform's just there so you can loot the chest and get a rough idea of where you want to put spawners with the chunk layout. So right here is the 4 center blocks of this chunk. What you want to do is have a designated corner, as I said, and you go ahead and line yourself up with the center of the 4 chunks. And if you have an alt, you set a warp. So IS delete warp. Let's go ahead and do that first. AFK1. Then we'll go ahead and create a warp and we'll call it AFK1. And then what this does when it's on the very edge kind of here, lined up with my crosshair, the reason we want it like this is because it'll reach a full radius around. Basically, it'll render more spawners, so you kind of want to do this if you want more spawners in your farm. So here's one thing I'm going to mention. If you're going to make these stone brick blocks spawners, and let's say the alt is standing right here, you're going to want to place signs on top of the spawner. So like have 2 signs, just so no mobs spawn. So we're actually gonna get some signs. Gonna grab 2 really quick. And what I would do is just go ahead, place them like this. Pretty simple concept. It's just this would be the spawner and then you place it on top of it because it prevents mobs from spawning there, I believe. Anyways, we have to break down this tower now because we no longer need this tower anymore because we have found our location for our first spawner pillar. And then the 4 outside ones, like this one, this one, this one, and this one, will all be the same. And then the other 4 are a bit different. So let's say there's 4 blocks here. You chose this block as your starting point for your alt, and it would stand on this block here, just barely. This chunk in the very corner is going to have a few less spawners, but having your alt stand on the very edge of this block will allow all these ones on the outside to just have even more spawners put into it. It's just more convenient, even though you lose on this back corner. Like, I think maybe 2 stacks of spawners that you could place, but you get more in return. I'm going to currently delete my warp because we do have to test where the spawner range is for all the spawners when setting this farm up, so we're gonna have to figure that out really quick. And I think I'm gonna use soul sand for a temporary placement block because the reason for that, it's easy to break and it's just different from the other block that we're gonna use to outline where the spawners would go, because right here would be the edge and then spawners would be going down all the way down here and all the way above. So one thing I'm gonna do is grab creepers and I'm gonna stand here and test how high up it can range from. Let's see if it spawns in mobs from here. So the way you can tell if a creeper spawner is out of render or just any spawner is if there's no particles. So if I go closer, it's now rendering. So we're gonna go ahead and move this down 1, and then we're gonna try this again until we get the right spot. So that doesn't work, so we're gonna move it down again, and we'll see if this renders in this time. Okay, so maybe 1 more and we should be good, or 2 more. That's like at least all we need. So we need to move this down 1 more and we should be situated from what I'm understanding. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and this should work if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, so as you can see, it is glowing with the fire particles. So that means the spawner is in render distance. So we can go ahead, kill that creeper, get it out of the way, put a block on top, and that is our top point of the pillar. So I'm actually going to use dirt instead. The reason for that is just because soul sand, when you're standing on it, it's kind of lower. It lowers the player down slightly, and I do not want that when the alt is standing there. And we're also going to remove these 2 blocks because right here is where the alt is going to be standing, and a spawner will be here eventually with signs on top of it. So we grab 2 signs, go here, place them down, and then from this point we'll place dirt down, and that is the height we can go up from the top. So now we have to figure out the bottom. So we're gonna go down a decent bit and start placing a creeper spawner every now and then to make sure we get the right height as well. Still glowing, so we have to go ahead, move it down again. Still glowing again. So I think this is the right height. It is not glowing anymore. I can't see particles, so we're gonna move it up 1 block, and that is how many spawners you can fit stack wise inside of the main center chunk. So our next thing that we need to do is go ahead and show off island level. So the new way they made it so you can get the spawner AFK radius perk, you want to get this to 15, and the best way you can get it to 15 is just doing all these quests down below there. And when doing these, you get XP points, and you need to get all the way, I believe, to 39 to get the spawner AFK radius to 15. If you want, you can go to 48 to get the radius to 16. Currently right now, I only have mine at 13. Either way, we're gonna still build it for how it would be if it was a 16 block radius upgrade. So we're gonna go out from the center here, what I believe is these 4 blocks, and we're gonna go out from here all the way to this part, have a 2 block gap from the border, and then that is where you want to put the next pillar. And you're gonna do this on each side except for the corners, because we have to do something different for the corners. So the position for the side pillars are set up. Now we have to figure out the height on this from where we stand. So we'll go ahead and start doing that. So let's go ahead, get in position and see if this works from here. Yes, it does. So we need to keep moving this up until we're at the limit. There we go. So that is our limit right there. So we have to go ahead and delete this and put a stone brick. So that's our top limit right here for all 4 of these. Now we have to do the bottom. So we'll go down to about here and then we'll see if that works or not. What it indeed does. So we have to move it down again. Okay, so that's our limit right here as well. So there we go. So this is how many spawners you can fit in these side chunks. So now I need to replicate it on all of them except for the corners. So let's go ahead and start replicating this. Okay, so the sides are now done. So now we need to do the corners. So the corners are in 1 block. So we need to go ahead, go from here, and we'll start from this part and start building our corners up. So we'll go ahead, place a creeper down, and we'll test with this. So I placed a creeper. It seems it's not working yet, so we have to move it up again. Still not working. Still not working. Okay, so right there, it is now working. So we can go ahead and remove these blocks underneath. Since we found the point where it stops at on the bottom, it's rendering in here. So we'll go ahead, put a dirt and place the spawner down. Still rendering, so we have to go up again. Still rendering, so we go up one more time, and I think we should be good. Nope, we have to go up again. So I found the top. Now we need to go ahead, do this corner. What I think is going to be the same, if I'm not mistaken. We just have to test, but we're going to test each corner individually because it sometimes may be wrong, depending on how you build the farm. So it does render in, so we're going to move 1 down and see if it doesn't or not. Okay, so it seems to be that this pillar is going to be the same as that pillar. Place this back and start placing all the dirt in. I think we're also going to check the top as well, just in case. Okay, yeah, so I checked the top and the pillars are literally the same. So we got to double check on the back one though, the furthest pillar, the opposite one from where we started at. So if I'm correct, this spawner might not render. Oh, it actually does render. All right. So what that means is they should all be the same. Never mind. I was completely confused. I guess I was thinking of a previous design, but all the 4 corners are the same apparently. Good to know. I just want to double check the top though, of course. The 4 sides are the same, the 4 corners are the same, and then the center is its own as a whole. So that is how many spawners you can fit in the dirt area, if you're able to place that many, of course. We just need to get our specific type of spawner that we want to put in it, and that's basically it. So I'm gonna place the creeper spawners right here, and then I'll go ahead and farm these. I just need to kill a ton of creepers, so I guess that's my plan for now. I'm gonna go ahead, kill a ton of creepers, and I'll give you guys an update on once we are actually done our IS mastery, and we have gotten to the iron golems, all the way from creepers to iron golems. After grinding for about a few hours, almost 3, I managed to actually get up all the way in the IS mastery, in the mob section, all the way to blazes at 1 mob left. So that means we can unlock the iron golems just by tapping this 1 blaze. As you can see, we got other rewards as well, what is pretty nice, but that means we are done with the blaze spawners. So I want to go ahead and fill up my farm with iron golems, and I do want to go ahead and organize a few spawners because there is a cool command on the server that allows you to merge spawners here on the server. If we do /spawner merge, it shows a book here that tells you what spawners can merge to in the next tier, so you just need 4 of each type to go to the next tier. There's some that are set to 3, but most of them are set to 4. So we want to combine as many spawners as we can into iron golems, so that's what we're gonna do. One thing I am gonna do though is keep 1 stack of blazes overall, just in case I want to build a blaze farm for XP and grinding mobs. And we'll test out this feature really quickly. I just need to grab out all the mobs that I need. So I need creepers, I need magma cubes, I need endermen. Let's go ahead, spawner merge, and we'll put in the blazes. And as you can see, 16 we get from 64. That is insane. Go ahead, combine that, getting as many spawners as we can get. Put all the creepers in, put all the endermen, put all the magma cubes in. So now we can get another 8, and I think that's all we can really merge for now. I don't think there's any spawner types we need to merge now, so I'll go ahead, grab out every single iron golem spawner that I have. So we have a total of 4 stacks and 20 iron golems, what is pretty decent, and we can buy a ton more, I think is what we'll do. So I'm gonna set up the center pillar first because I think that's a good idea. So we'll start with the middle chunk first. We're gonna go ahead, place down a stack of iron golems here, and then we need to place down 2 signs. So we'll go ahead, place these down. There we go. And then we'll just start placing them at the top, I think is the plan. We'll go ahead, place 3 more down. So let's place these all in. We'll also buy another 44, I think is the plan, because I just want to have 5 stacks in total. So the iron golems aren't dying, and the reason for that is we haven't put in the scrolls yet. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I grabbed grinded all the scrolls out. I just need to upgrade a few of these because some are not upgraded. And we need at least 5 level 5 for looting and magic. And then we need 5 level 1 fires. Let's go ahead, buy one of each scroll here. And then once we're done upgrading all these, we'll go ahead, place the scrolls in, and then we'll spleef the extra iron golems that are on the ground. And then the farm should start working. Okay, so we'll go ahead, chuck all these in. So that first one started working and they're on fire. Put these in. Last one, here we go. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and spleef the iron golem that's standing right here because it just does not need to be there. So right now we're making about 2k to 4k, I believe, around that range. Every time it updates, what is every 2 seconds. And if we do island mastery, what I think I mentioned earlier is if we go ahead and take a look, you can see the total kills we have. We need 500,000 to unlock spiders. So we just need to kill AFK'd iron golems until we can get up to there. But I think what I want to do for all these mobs over time is get them up to their multipliers before I go to the next tier, just so I have them done. One thing I also want to mention, I just redid the spawners. I moved one into each different location, except for the corners because we can't reach that far because we're still not higher up on our spawners AFK radius perk. We need to get that up a bit more in order for that to even work in the corners. So for now, we're not even going to use those, but this should produce us even more money now that we have them spread out. So there we go. We finished off the insane farm design. Eventually, I'll be putting in different spawner types into this, but there we go. We did it.